say, these are early rounds, but morning shows the day. So the trends are definitely worrying for TMC. Let's face it. Number two, if SIR had not happened, it would be all about anti-incumbency. Do you realize this?
Yes.
Mamata Banerjee would be putting a defensive bat like Sunil Gavaskar and defending her fortress. SIR gave her something to talk about, to turn it round, Bengal versus Delhi and all that stuff.
More like Jeffrey
Without SIR, Mamata Banerjee would be purely fighting a defensive
No,
battle.
sir.
Yes.
Without SIR,
So
Mamata Banerjee would have
the
still
tally
held
would have
on
been
to
much
those
lower.
chappa votes, 57 lakh of those votes which
Very
were
good
deleted,
point.
which were wrong.
Very
Those
good
votes
point.
should not have been part of the voter list.
So-
Wonder how many elections she has won because of those votes which are not supposed to be polled at all.
You are saying
So-
35 lakhs have applied for their re-entry. Are they fake voters? 35 lakhs. I'm taking 35 lakhs.
Are you saying all those
That's why.
35 lakh voters are
Nine-
Trinamool
the-
Congress
the
voters?
stati- no,
Are you
no,
saying
no,
all those
the
35 lakh
statistics
voters
are
are
saying
Trinamool Congress?
99
Are you
years
saying
we
all
know
those
that
35 lakh voters are
statistics
genuine
are
voters?
saying
How many
99%.
numbers, sir? 1492. 1492 out of a total base of 6.8 crore. That's the error margin that's been okayed by the
Anand, lot of
I am
these
asking
fake
you,
voters
sir,
ran away.
27 lakh
Those who
voters
have appealed are
additional
not
have
fake
voted
voters.
this time.
No,
They also have not
they're
voted for the
But they're
Trinamool.
not all TMC voters either.
No,
Let's
a
not be
lot of fake
ludicrous.
voters, they ran back to Bangladesh.
Okay,
after
once,
the
no,
SIR
come on,
started.
come on.
Correct.
That's-
So
But
that
those who
cleanup
have
was
appealed
required.
are not fake voters.
But
Yes.
Subirda,
Yes.
please understand, despite her rabble rousing and doing everything about SIR, the voter has seen
Yes.
past
No,
that.
there is a
The
problem.
voter has seen past
Okay,
that.
one second.
I
One
am
second.
only saying that
Let's-
without SIR, she would not have an issue to fight.
Okay, one second.
It would be just defensive.
That's right. She would be defensive. She would be like Jeffrey Boycott, not even Sunil Gavaskar. Let me just very quickly show you, viewers, this very important victory vector. This is, viewers, where basically the seats are coming from for everybody. So here they are in the Muslim, there are about 71 Muslim majority seats or influential seats where the Muslim population is about 30
More than 50% also we plotted,
there
but that
also,
is more than
of course,
30%.
More than 30%. So here, viewers, you have a situation where the TMC and the BJP has picked up seats here. It's
In
showing
fact,
leads of
even in
21.
greater than 50%, Rahul, they have
Yeah.
picked up 8 seats.
There they
BJP has picked up 8 seats.
So what
plus
does
8
this
seats.
explain? This explains, viewers, and these were some of the seats where the turnout was also
When I
high.
say leads.
What does this? What does this explain, viewers? These leads explain that there's been a counter-Hindu consolidation, which is what is running through this election. This is a thread. The urban seats. This is the BJP today is actually the party of urban aspiration. It is in these 60 seats.
Plus
the
30.
TMC, yeah, it is plus 30. It's got 41 leads there.
Plus 30.
You were doing.
Calls me leftist. I am not leftist, but I am a supporter of Buddhadev Bhattacharya because he tried to bring industry to Bengal.
Yes.
He said, "Do it now."
Do it now.
I am a supporter of Buddhadev Bhattacharya,
Absolutely.
not Jyoti Basu.
You're right.
You are
So
you're supporter of bringing back industrialization
Of course.
and the
अरे
Shilpo
हमारा
back into-
बच्चा लोग के लिए कुछ तो रख के
Done.
जाना है.
Good point.
Done.
Good point.
Abhi-
The
Abhijit
Gurkha has
Majumdar-
spoken, viewers.
Agree,
No,
disagree.
129. And the Gurkha always
Phase
speaks
two.
straight. 129 phase
Sorry,
2,
I raised my
viewers.
voice because otherwise.
Good,
you
good.
don't,
No, sir,
give
this
me
is
a chance.
democracy. Everyone must raise
So
their
I have
voice
to
to
be
be heard.
classical Bengali. Raise the
Please,
voice.
please. No, go. Be classical, sir. Be neoclassical. The neoclassical Bengali is sitting next to you on your left.
Neoclassical sitting next to you.
Neoclassical. Okay, 1 second. Phase 2, viewers. 129 seats. Yes, Anand.
53, phase 2 plus 53,
There
Rahul,
you go.
plus 53.
That's putting the
And
number of
here,
leads at 70 for the
At,
BJP.
at New Matrix, we had very clearly said that the BJP has to gain 50 seats at least. When we were working this, at least 50 seats to
Now-
get into contention, to get to that number, and they are plus 53 in terms of leads in phase 2, and that's a big dent that they've
Can we
made
now go
in
to
a
the-
place where they never thought they could get votes.
Absolutely. I mean, that tells you, viewers, that this is the
All these
aspirational
late or over batting, you
aspirational
need Hardik
classes.
Pandya there.
This is Shubhir Bhaumik's class that is speaking today in Bengal. Perhaps even the Bhadralok are speaking in Bengal.
No, it is not me. It is people like my
back.
daughter.
Go
who
back
have to
to
go
the-
to Bangalore to get
go
a
back
job.
to the- go
You
back
can't
to
get
the
a
verdict.
proper job in Calcutta.
Yes,
They are-
precisely.
You can get it out of him who he's voted for.
No,
That's
no,
not
no.
so easily.
Mathua-
But yeah, Mathua factor again.
I would maybe
47
still vote
plus
for
15
my
seats,
vote
Rahul.
will be
Mathua
weaker.
plus 15 seats.
I
Plus
could not
15
get a
seats
chance,
in the
I was
Mathua. So the Mathua vote is also not gone away from the BJP.
TMC is
It's
down.
actually moved towards.
And Mamata Banerjee said that the Matwas will come out and punish the election commission driven BJP for depriving them of their votes. Guess what has happened, viewers?
So they have been given the CAA assurance.
47 leads. TMC is
Plus
29.
15. They are up
Gain of
15. The
15.
BJP is up 15 from the last time around.
Rural seats.
So-
Rural seats, viewers, 89. 89 leads for the BJP, the TMC
Okay,
at 63. There's a huge
Rural
gap between them.
Rural Bengal is
156.
plus 53 seats, Rahul.
Plus
Plus
53.
53 seats, viewers. Rural Bengal in favor of the BJP.
You know why?
And this is the shift. Look at this.
Anand-
This area. And also it crosses phase 1 and phase 2.
And you know why, viewers? I'll tell you why. Abhijit, you know why? Because of cut money.
Yes.
It's the poorest of the poor who are not getting their
Syndicate and
welfare.
cut money.
People are coming up to them and saying, we'll give you what you want, we'll give you what you deserve, but you have to pay us. Is this right?
Yeah, see, Rahul, for BJP, Bengal used to be an anomaly. Usually, BJP we have seen in other states, in urban areas it does very well. In Bengal, it used to do very well in the rural areas and underperform in the urban areas. Presidency was just a trickle last time.
Yeah.
But this time it's breaching cut money, etc., but I still, when I speaking to a lot of people there, I get the feeling that women's security has been a huge emotive issue.
Okay.
It's been an
Women's
emotive
security.
issue
Let's
that
have a
has
look.
breached Lokhir Bhandar and other
And who
things, I
viewers, who had got it right almost to the last seat, phase 1, 110, Amit Shah said, we'll get about 110 seats out of
105 पे आके वो
152.
रुकेगा sir phase 1.
That's 104 already. That's 104 already for the
Another
BJP.
thing,
Let's
SC
have a
reserved
look.
seats.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the SC reserved seats, again the BJP has gained 8 seats from the last time around out of 66, and it's pinched those 8 straight away from the Trinamool. Even in the tribal region, just quickly go back to the tribal region and look at the ST reserved seats. Among the tribals also, the ST reserved seats also, the BJP has taken the 9 seats as the Trinamool had the last time around, taken away all. So it's swept the tribal belt. It's actually swept this entire tribal belt that borders Jharkhand, Odisha, and they've and also up towards the north in phase 1. So they've swept the tribal belt. Quickly just showing you in terms of the presidency zone, no SIR deletions. Let's look at the SIR deletions, how the BJP has performed. Areas which are impacted by SIR deletions, 13 seats. 13 seats that have been impacted by SIR deletions, and they have gone additionally towards the BJP in terms of the leads. So quite significant.
Now, Professor,
Charupargya is with
we've
us,
given you entire, this is the fingerprinting of the election result on every area, whether it is dented by SIR or not. Mamata Banerjee is feeling a blowback. These are angry voters.
15 years of anti-incumbency has to be there. I mean, without any shade of doubt.
Why?
One day
But
when he makes
my
it-
point is very simple.
Mamata
It
model.
was-
One
if
second,
you-
let me ask you. You have been constantly raging on national TV that the Modi model
one,
is insensitive
there is a
model,
best
divisive
podcast
model.
has,
It creates rancor. It elucidates all sorts of base instincts. But these are
our current
sophisticated
jobs are not able to
urban
bring the
Bengali
people out.
voters voting for the BJP. How can they be voting for Thug party, as you've said?
It is a model that is divisive. It is proven beyond reasonable doubt.
so are you
I mean,
saying-
again, I'll raise
are
the
you
question
saying
about
that
how
the
many,
genteel-
how many minorities were given tickets for.
Are you saying
Bengal
that the
Assembly election?
genteel intellectual
This is the filter
So
that
it
he
is,
wanted.
yeah.
in Bengal?
The filter that he
If it
wanted, border
wins at the end of
regions.
the day, that's beside
Look at the
point.
border regions. Border regions.
But it is there, very much.
Important
Now, let's look
This
at.
reminds me of Jyoti Vasu. What he said, in 97, I am backing
They
Sheikh
thrive on
Hasina.
polarization.
I am backing Sheikh Hasina. Jyoti Babu told me in 97. I am backing Sheikh Hasina. You know why? Otherwise, they will come there. They meaning Jamaat Islami. He showed me the beard.
See, now this
And
is.
if they come there, ওরা ওখানে চলে আসবে, এরা এখানে চলে আসবে. Means
Translate.
if I don't back Sheikh Hasina and Sheikh Hasina does not remain in power, the beards, meaning Muslim fundamentalists will come there. If they come there, ওরা ওখানে চলে আসবে, তো এরা এখানে চলে আসবে.
The
Means I
Hindus
cannot
will,
stop
the
BJP.
Hindus
I
will have
cannot
to,
stop BJP.
will have to flee. Now,
Well, look,
he
I
made
don't
a,
know,
viewers, there was
Hindu-Muslim-
the recently
Hindu-Muslim
conducted
rhetoric.
elections, concluded elections in Bangladesh. The Jamaat actually won all these seats along the border.
True.
And this was a story in itself because everybody got worried. Now look what's happened. There is a consolidation, counter consolidation that's being witnessed because there are 9 seats additionally that have gone to the BJP from the Trinamool.
Can I make a
And
small
they've gone
point
up to
here? Data
25
point.
seats, yeah.
On these seats, viewers, a large number of seats saw lesser turnout, net, than the state average. So, even though there was lesser turnout, it appears that the BJP has snatched.
But that lesser turnout was not that it was an 8-10% lesser turnout, 1-2% over than the state average, so it was not that. Plus this region also saw a lot of deletions. Plus this SIR bogey, the SIR aspect has made forced a lot of people to also turn, quietly go back to where they came from. That's also has happened.
Let's now just change the conversation, because the other big historic election that is plotting, viewers, is, look at this. TVK is very few seats now short of an absolute simple majority of its own. Simple majority rather, viewers. 217, 218 is what it needs. It's about 8-9 seats.
No, 117 they need. Halfway mark is 117.
Yeah.
234 is the strength.
11 short of that halfway mark, which would give them a simple majority. That would be an absolute.
They seem to have pulled the entire vote from the DMK.
I want to bring
Everything
in
from
Vivek
the
Narayan
DMK.
on that point. Vivek, coming across to you, did you see this happening on the ground, number one? Number two, if you did, where do you think it went wrong for the DMK? Mr. Dharanidharan is here. He doesn't seem to accept the fact that there was anti-incumbency substantially. He's putting it down to something very different. What's your take?
No, I never said anything like that, no.
Well, a post-facto analysis of whether there was any anti-incumbency is immaterial now, because this Vijay Yatra is something that 99% of pundits, me included, a journalist who travel some bit, could not gauge that this could be this big a tsunami. I mean, yes, there was an undercurrent, there was an anger with the existing system, but it would manifest with this strength that he would cross 100 is unforeseen. It's a historic mandate, Rahul. I mean, even looking at details of caste, of freebies, nothing seems to have worked for people who gave an 8,000 rupee chit, people giving cash in the hands of people. Well, the cash seems to have been taken, as doctor said in the morning. The vitamin M was taken, but the vote went for Vijay. So that very clearly is what we are hearing. And the thing is, Vijay would get 20% vote was a general feeling.
Yeah.
We also said that the minute it is over 26, it could go anywhere. Now he seems to be getting 36% of the votes. And that is mostly from DMK.
Yeah.
Yes, AIADMK has done not so bad, if you ask me. From previous 66, they have gone to 77.
77. They're actually +2, Vivek. But Anand here, just quickly wanted to ask you, where is this vote for Vijay coming from? Is this a new dynamic that's happening, or could this change because it's still too many early rounds? What's your understanding? By round 9, round 10, could things change?
New voters decline.
Vivek, can you hear me? Anand here.
It is
Yeah.
likely to go whichever ways. I mean, if you look at campaigning of Vijay, it's interesting. He only did 16 days of campaigning. So there was a very strong undercurrent, which the government misread. Through campaigns, through flex boards,
Tamil Nadu.
you cannot.
Was this pan Tamil Nadu?
Absolutely, it is pan Tamil Nadu, but would be more, as we all knew, it would be more centered around urban, semi-urban areas. But even in rural Tamil Nadu, I mean, Pulatur, if Chief Minister is trailing, that is very, very bad. It's a trend.
Yeah.
It is the rejection of an existing system, whether it be West Bengal, whether it be Dharmadam, Kannur district.
Yeah.
The CPM leader, the stalwart, has fallen. I mean, he's trailing.
Yeah.
That is happening, and if MK Stalin is trailing, it just tells you that let's not get ahead of ourselves. Respect the mandate of the people. They may not tell you whom they are voting for. They may be taking the monies. But if Pinarayi Vijayan is following, if MK Stalin is following, it tells you a story.
No, but how is it that the DMK could not read this on ground, or nobody read this on ground, is something that everybody is asking. The other thing is, who is the person who's orchestrated this? Is it because that Vijay has been in the scenario since 2021, quietly using his fan base, his mandram, his group? He skipped 2024. Was he consolidating quietly on ground, which nobody read? Or is this just that they don't want any of the DMK, ADMK anymore? It's a Punjab-like situation where the AAP wins everything that it takes, wherever it contests.
Exactly. That's what I said earlier also, Anand. It's just that there is a beacon. There is a ray of hope coming from Vijay. A couple of people whom I spoke with were telling me even today morning that Vijay will win. Why? Because he will make sure that that alcohol is not sold. The Tasmac shops are now more open. They have also said this ganja menace, this drug menace that is in and around urban, semi-urban areas around Chennai's beaches. Well, that will all go when Vijay comes. Vijay never said that he's going to shut down alcohol shops. He never said that he's going to stop this. But there is, as I said, there is a hope. There is a rejection of the so-called Dravidian model, which existed till now. That is a paradigm shift.
Because many would say that Vijay has largely idealized or taken a leaf from the Dravidian model and just perhaps repackaged it. That's what many would say. But yeah, there is an alternative vote to ADMK plus and DMK plus that stands out. Quick question on Keralam. We'll go to Rohini, who's outside Vijay's residence in just a bit. Keralam, again a shocker. They have done, the UDF seems to be doing an LDF number on them again, giving it back to them. The last election, it was the LDF that won and took 90 odd seats. Again, now UDF leading on 95.
Well, not too much of a shock in Kerala, but yes, unexpected, especially for Pinarayi Vijayan. I mean, he had become so tall, so big. Indirectly, I would say it's a blessing for the Communist Party. If one more time Pinarayi Vijayan would come, CPM would have been completely cleaned. And now, let me tell you, one thing that we all have missed in this entire context is now it's a communist Mukta Bharat. There is no Communist Party existing anywhere in India. This was not true. There was always a Tripura, there was always a West Bengal, there was always a Kerala. So now, don't see an ideology existing at all.
No. That is something everybody will contest. They'll say political party is not there, but the movement is still around. So that will be the argument that the left may be politically dead and also Naxali dead, but they are still there as far as a movement is concerned, as an overall movement is concerned. Rohini joining us from Vijay's residence. What's the mood there, Rohini?
Well, right now I'm outside the TVK party office and there is still a lot of supporters that need to come, but those who have been coming in, the only thing they've been doing is basically speaking to the media and saying that they are with Vijay. It's very important, especially because we don't go by this calm, what we're seeing the calmness here, because right now you're going to expect droves and droves of the TVK followers to come in. See, it is important to understand. I remember this when I had spoken to Rahul after I came back from my trip across Tamil Nadu, that many of them said expect a Balin Shah kind of Gen Z kind of revolution in Tamil Nadu. And well, this is what we're possibly the numbers are also showing right now. And it's quite interesting as well, because we've seen now what he has promised to people in terms of education, in terms of security for women, in terms of how children will be also taken care of. You know, he connected not just with women,
but was his
not
Gen
just
Z
with the youth, but he also used
was his Gen Z base so big?
Somebody who's come from Malaysia, all the way from Malaysia to come here because he loves Vijay. So you were not able to vote for him, but you're here all the way because of your love for him.
Well, a very quick point, one second, a very quick point that we should introduce here. Look, we can talk about anti-incumbency in Tamil Nadu and this, that, the other, but just look at this. This is an epical moment in Tamil Nadu, viewers. This is a person who has come from absolutely nowhere, no political run-up, no organization, nothing, viewers. For a very long time, for a very, very long time. No, one second, please. You know, we can be dismissive of all of this, but this man has completely reordered Indian politics at one level. Forget just Tamil Nadu, because there will be so many startups that will emerge from here. There will be other people who want to challenge the status quo, and it becomes more incumbent upon parties in power, especially the NDA, etc., to really put their ears very close to the ground. And on that point, I want to bring in Mr. Chetan Bhagat on this. Vijay coming in, whether he ends up 2 short or 3 over, this is remarkable. This is absolutely path-breaking. The last this happened was NTR, came nothing from nowhere, swept a state, established a movement, led it, and then passed on the crown. This is completely unprecedented.
And it's a place where, like, the BJP has been trying, for example, like with Annamalai, they really tried, but here comes a guy seemingly out of nowhere. Until like a few days back, like even on the exit polls day, only one, I think, agency said it. It's just unbelievable what has happened.
Yeah.
And I think this also shows that there is place for change in this country still. It's not like, oh, you know, now the BJP has all the unfair advantage, nobody can win. Then why did this happen? And why did BJP not win?
I mean,
so
this
much
is history. I mean,
yeah,
this
I mean,
is,
did
one
Annamalai
second, this
lack
is-
resources? I mean, he had the whole national government behind him.
Yes, sir.
No, I think it's not about resources, it is about saying, no, we don't believe the existing institutions establishment. And I think if I have to speak, it also has to do with AI coming in, people in IT losing jobs, or people out of engineering not finding job. I think that helped.
But
Vijay
why
a lot.
Vijay?
But there are also a large number of...
establishment. No, so
Yes.
people
So somebody
are-
tapped into that
One second,
anger, that
one by
underlying
one.
anger,
Stick
and
to
also
this.
appeal to them.
Yeah.
But is the Gen Z so big? Is the Gen Z movement in Tamil Nadu so big that this could be an election defined by the Gen Z thought process?
Tamil Nadu has highest internet penetration in the country.
Yeah.
95%.
Just one second, you know, just one second, one by one, please. Yes, I just want to ask you, Dr. Raman, let's, you know, forget the math for a moment. Let's look at the monumentality of this. Let's bring back that graphic. That's very interesting. Now, I want to ask you this. You have a point of break here. Yes, you might say that Tamil Nadu, GSDP, etc., strong, but on large number of indicators, it's not doing so well. If you really scratch under the surface, this is also a rejection perhaps of that tired dynastism. What is it?
Yeah, but I think there are two things here.
Yeah.
One, 99.9% of us didn't see it coming, me included. We did think that Vijay would get votes, would get 20% vote share, but certainly not going to win significant number of seats. Now, second part is, if this trend holds and the Chief Minister is trailing, Chief Minister's son is trailing, Deputy Chief Minister, and a whole lot of ministers are trailing to complete political novices, people who probably, some of them who entered politics for the first time a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So this is a complete shocker. I mean, there is no comparison that you, I mean, I know you people bring in AAP and all that. AAP is not,
No.
AAP fought in 2017. They got
Just allow me
20 odd
to.
seats.
So, Sumanta Smita, just give me 30 seconds. 2024, when Annamalai went down on the ground and when he said that the BJP will mount a campaign on its own, he put in the hard yards for more than nine and a half months to a year, part of the Padyatra and all that. That was the seeding, sir. And at that time, there were people who flew down from the US, from Singapore, from London, from different parts of the world to try and back a campaign which said there will be an alternative to the current parties. That's what the thought process was. Yeah. What Vijay has done, and I'm telling you, people very close to Vijay have come out and said they were influenced by Annamalai and he got confident. He didn't get into 2024. It was what Annamalai and the BJP achieved on their own in 2024 that actually gave him the confidence that he can mount this on his own. And that's what happened. The idea whose time has come, the people were ripe to look beyond the current options for a new option, hoping that that person will come up and deliver the goods. Now, if this stays, and if Vijay is the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he will have to do 5 times better than Arvind Kejriwal, because Kejriwal has disappointed Delhi and his team has disappointed Punjab. So he can't go that way. So he's got to really take Tamil Nadu in a direction where people will be assured that moving away from two set combinations and parties is the right option.
So one
that's
second,
the right
there is a
path.
break.
That's important.
Let's look at these talking points. There is a break in a duopoly there, the Dravidian duopoly. That's the first thing. Second, you have a situation where you have a complete political outsider coming out with what is known as a very simple message that, look, these dynasts have done you in. They are not raising the bar aspirationally. Give me a chance. Smita Prakash, just two things. We've got to start tracking this.
I completely agree with you that the duopoly is smashed to a large extent. But like your reporter was saying about the Gen Z movement, Gen Z movement in India, or the moment in India, is significantly different from everybody else. It's not agitational politics that has won. It's not Aam Aadmi Party style. It is not Nepal. It's not Dhaka. It's not Bangladesh. This is completely through the ballot. It is not upsetting the apple cart to such an extent, because if you see, even though it is a post-Dravidian model, it's a nouveau Dravidian model. It's not so far from the DMK in its ideology. Closer to it, but aspirational Tamil Nadu talks about young voters. It talks about tired old ideas where
But
you're
let
just
me also say-
futile. Sanatan is malaria, Sanatan is virus. Don't want to get into it. Let's talk about bringing it as the IT hub of the country. It's already there. I'm not saying it's not there. But what I'm saying is that it's an aspirational Tamilian who does not want this baggage of that Dravidian past. It wants.
But it is also largely, Smita Prakash, personality-led.
Personality
You see,
also.
you have a personality now around which, so people haven't
But
really
is
looked at.
he going to form the government on his own?
He might. He
The
might.
answer is
We
no.
don't know.
Then hang on.
Professor, hold your horses. Look at the
okay,
numbers.
interesting.
Yes.
That the ADMK has climbed within 21 seats of the TVK. So the ADMK has climbed to 80 seats. Now this is the dynamic which I want all of us to consider as we go up the rounds, viewers. Because if there is an anti-incumbency vote in Tamil Nadu and if there is a coalition which is being led by an MBC leader very strongly, you cannot discount the ADMK to be there. Why? Another reason, Vijay did not attack the ADMK. ADMK did not attack Vijay. We may have a situation where the two of them may be very close to the post, but neither of them will get past it and it could get a little hung. And that's the scenario where right now we got the update that Vijay is talking to all the candidates. All the candidates
celebrations.
called,
Look
"Don't
at the
break away."
celebrations in Vijay's home. Let's play out these visuals.
The question is that, is he going
No,
to...
one minute. Let's cut to these visuals full frame. These are pictures that we are getting from Vijay's home. Inside his home. Let's open these pictures. Let's open these pictures. Let's show the viewer these pictures. These are big pictures coming in. This is Vijay's house. This is Vijay's father's ex-post. Let's put that out. I just want to go up to the wall. These are his immediate family members. This is joy. This is joy, viewers. This is unabashed joy. This is Vijay's father. He's coming right out there. This is the scene. This is completely unprecedented. Absolutely unprecedented.
No, but I think there's one more point which I wanted to add. So if you look in 24, ADMK got 24%. BJP led alliance had 18%. And we got about 47%. So our 47% got to 24%, 23% reduction.
Yeah.
But BJP alliance is 18%, which is not basically for BJP, but basically for no for ADMK and DMK.
Correct.
That has also completely gone to TVK, and there's no vote transfer from that anomaly.
No, that's
which was
okay.
able to
What
move
I'm trying to tell you is 18% was a case to show that there is a 18 to 20% vote share which does not want to vote for the ADMK or the DMK. Now Vijay has worked that. He's not only tapped into that, he's also tapped into the DMK sentiment and said, okay, I'm going to pull away from the DMK also. He's the first one to go after Stalin and call him uncle also. He was the one who said, I'm ready to take you on politically because I think you're old and I am new. I am the next option. See, he was doing it smartly. Yeah.
So the more interestingly also, apart from money, caste equation has not worked. He has not given any consideration to caste equation. No grassroots mobilization whatsoever. So constituencies, which for example in Salem, which were reserved for 1 year, he gave it to a minority, not the Gounder, for example. And where suppose a Gounder should contest, he gave it to a Pilaiman. Or where supposed to be, for example, a constituency where Muslim has never contested, he has given a Muslim and Muslim is winning. In a primary Muslim constituency, he has given a Brahmin a seat. So it's completely, nothing has worked.
No. What he's done is he's turned everything on their table.
There was a degree of arrogance going into this election, sir, from your side. Please,
No, I'm being fair here. I'm just making an observation here. Why are you calling me to be arrogant now?
No, he's not calling you. He's saying that the DMK approached this election from a position of arrogance to say,
I mean, nobody
who's this
thought
he's going to happen.
That's what.
Nobody thought. There were people saying on the exit polls they said play this reel that day. He is not even going to win his own seat. There were people saying.
Correct.
I think one of the things that the DMK missed doing or didn't do was to take honest criticism. They felt that anybody who criticized that party was either a Sanghi. The labeling would be called a Sanghi immediately. So that was one. But I mean, also they controlled the media in Tamil Nadu. So the point was, everyone said DMK will win. You had 6 exit polls. which said DMK will win. So they got carried away by
CNN News
that
18.
particular-
CNN News 18 did not say DMK will win.
Yeah.
We believe
not
and
from today,
the
March 30th.
and
March
nor did we
30th.
say that Vijay will not get any traction. Vijay was credited with about 18 to
But
20%
nobody
vote
predicted
share.
this much of seats
It
for
is-
DMK.
No,
No one.
but this no one. See,
No, in fact,
not DMK.
no
It's
exit
the-
poll.
it's a-
Yes.
See, there is slowly
Yes.
there is some correction which will happen as
Nobody
the rounds will go
predicted that
up.
they will be
And
absolutely out
somewhere
of
one
contention.
believes
Yeah.
that the TVK will
I
be
think
around
that is
100,
the important
105
thing.
seats in this current
Anand,
scenario. And
five-
the ADMK may
But then
get
how-
stronger.
how
Five
much
or
rounds-
six
how much
polls
rounds have
yeah,
been done? I think only
predicted
3-4
that
rounds
the
have been done.
AIADMK will be out of
Same to
contention.
one,
Right.
Some said, Pradeep Gupta even said 22, 23 seats.
Yeah.
Conversely, not a single poll, opinion poll or exit poll said DMK would be in third place. Not one.
Nobody said DMK.
Nobody
in third
said
place. Nobody said that. But they, I agree.
But
yeah.
on March 30th, when we did the second opinion poll tracker, we had said that DMK is not going to form the government, and you are aware of the controversy and the toolkits which
Yeah,
sort of
there was a
behind
huge,
us.
See, there was
Correct. That is
yeah.
number one.
Correct.
Number two, we always said that there is huge anti-incumbency. Who will take benefit of this anti-incumbency is, we thought that it is likely to be AIADMK which will take the benefit.
I think
of that.
I think what C. Joseph Vijay has done as a leader, one, he has done the groundwork because he's been at it with his fan club and his grouping, trying to figure out the groundwork, lay the groundwork quietly via the fan club since 2021. He's been doing it for a while. He stepped away from 2024 because the timing was not right. Now, despite being thwarted so much, I think the people have turned around and said, how much are you going to bottle up a person? How much are you going to wring it out into a person, and how much are you going to stop a person from growing? Let me just go ahead and do. And then, like Selam Dharnidharan has observed, he's thrown away the dynamic. He said, vote for me if you believe in me. How does it matter what the caste of the candidate, the religion of the candidate, or the background of the candidate is? Break those lines and come out and vote. And somewhere that, if that's happened, Chetan, it's a story in itself.
That is where I know it's not the AAP situation, but it's very similar in that way. At that time also the same thing happened. At that time also the AAP took votes from the Congress and finally ended up making government with the Congress. Here also that is a possibility, which will be ridiculous at one level, and I don't think they are.
Yeah, but interestingly, TVK has not pinched votes from the ADMK.
Look, let's be-
And they've kept it. Same
TVK
thing happened
has
last
pinched
time.
everything
Let's
from
be
the
very
DMK.
fair. Let's be
they
very
pinched
fair.
everything from the DMK. Yeah.
Let's be very fair. Large number of people missed the Vijay factor.
Yeah, they did. But one thing behind you,
I think
the Bengal number is 184.
yes,
That's phenomenal for the BJP.
So
Yeah,
that is also remarkable that the BJP is really coursed ahead. But
Hemanta
just
is
look at
96.
this.
Hemanta
Look at
is
this
96
number.
in Assam.
This is
Yeah.
where the suspense, viewers, is still really up there. Why? Because we don't know how close the TVK will get to that halfway mark. That halfway mark is now about 10 seats away from
12 seats.
12 seats away from the TVK, viewers. That means that it is within closing distance. Remember, still about 6 or 7 rounds of polling have taken place in Tamil Nadu. We're going to check a little bit with Shivani to get that exact round count. But 105 fresh mandate, literally, these 105 seats have voted for people they don't perhaps even know their names of, perhaps never even knew about them. They have voted. This is phenomenal. And on this side, viewers, is West Bengal. And look at West Bengal, viewers. History is being rewritten. You've had 25 years of left rule. You have 15 years of Mamta Raj. Whole 2 generations of people in Bengal have never seen any other alternative apart from the left and Mamta Di. And now, viewers, you have the BJP, the saffron surge. Many people will say, oh, this is random polarization, this is SIR. This is not SIR, viewers. This is a mandate for change. And that change, the crown has now fallen on the BJP's head. And you can see those numbers, viewers, 184. It's an absolute. The TMC has only 82 short seats because of Muslim vote. It is perilously close to becoming a party only supported by one community, viewers. What does this tell you? And it also is a challenge because the BJP will have to also work with other communities as it gets bigger. But Anga, Banga and Kalinga, viewers, including the Northeast Assam, all now under the saffron sweep. This is a BJP that after 2024 Lok Sabha is not looking back, it is only looking forward. And Anand, the numbers are telling you a story.
Interestingly, I'm just quickly taking you to Tamil Nadu. Right now, all the seats that the TVK has won is from the DMK. So naturally, if it is hung and if it gets, they're not neither, nobody. Yeah.
They are doing extremely well in the Congo belt as well. The TVK is leading in Coimbatore North, they are leading in Gaundapalayam, they are leading in Singanallur. All of these are hardcore ADMK seats.
But they're hardcore ADMK seats, but the last time the DMK won it.
Yeah.
The DMK won it the last time around. That's what I think. Mr. Jay Panda is with us. Namaste Jay Panda ji. Rahul and me here this morning doing the election coverage. First up, I think congratulations are in order for Assam and Bengal. But we would like you to, we'd like to pick your brains on what's happening in Tamil Nadu.
I'm afraid I have been entirely focused in Assam as the BJP campaign in charge here for the last 4 months. I can see that we have a tremendous response from the people in all over the country, in Bengal, even in Tamil Nadu. There's been a major turnaround in the politics there, but I'm afraid I'm really only focused on Assam now.
So the 96 that your leads that you have plus 23 from last time, very close to what the projections were, about 95 seats. How would you look at it, and how much would you credit the delimitation exercise for the same?
Well, first of all, remember that 10 years ago it used to be said that the BJP would never win Assam. We won 2 elections very comfortably and there was no issue of delimitation. Now this is the 3rd time we have won. And there is a sweeping difference. I would like to say this. This is the argument of losers. When they win, they don't have a problem with the EVM or with the Election Commission or with delimitation. Only when they lose, they suddenly start having a problem with all of these issues. Delimitation has been happening for decades. The rules are the same. The provisions and the parameters are the same. So that has nothing to do with it. What, on the other hand, they should be really focusing on is Prime Minister Modi has visited the Northeast and Assam 80 times as Prime Minister. Compare that with his predecessor, who actually represented Assam in the Rajya Sabha, who only came 10 times. Don't you think that has something to do with it?
Let me ask you, Mr. Panda, many people are looking at this as a natural continuity of BJP expanding into new geographies. The challenge will, of course, also be to include people that it encounters in these new geographies. Do you see that being easily achieved and bridged?
There is no issue there at all. The only challenge is that there is a committed section of narrative builders who try to portray and misrepresent the BJP in a certain manner. The reality is that if you look at the Modi government's slogan of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, I challenge anyone to point out even a single example of discrimination against any community in the lakhs of crores of rupees of government expenditure that happens across hundreds of programs, and even in Assam. You're seeing that the BJP is gaining votes, not just in Assam. Today, we have won not just a simple majority, not just a 2/3 majority, but we are winning well over but 3/4 majority, and that's because the people have decided to continue supporting the kind of changes we are bringing about. But on
the question of representation, sir, whether it's Assam or even in Bengal, where there is a significant minority population, people say that the BJP hasn't opened its doors to representation from a particular community. Do you think the time has come to perhaps address that, or is that not required, or is that just empty optics? What do you make of this?
I think the proof of the pudding has to go back to the end result. And the end result is, again, I will reiterate, in governance, the BJP governs with equal attitude towards all citizens of India. Nobody can ever show any discrimination. Now, the question that you are asking actually begs another question, which is appeasement politics. Now, we are very clear that the results of the way we are governing is equally fair to everybody. But the alternative to that, the vision that the Congress has been spelling out, today today's Congress is almost an exact copy of the Muslim League of the 1940s. And see what it did in Assam. I want to point something out. At the time of independence and partition, a section of people decided they were not Indians. They didn't want to be Indians. They broke away. They formed a separate country. And the part of society that represented 11% of Assam at that time is today 38%, and not through natural means. Through entirely unnatural means of those people who decided they were not Indian, forcing their way back across the border illegally and illegally occupying lakhs of acres of land. And that is simply not going to be acceptable anymore. The people of Assam don't accept it. And that is what is changing in Assam and Bengal and other places.
Jai Pandaji, if you look at it right now, the Muslim majority, or where the population of Muslims is greater than 50%, 30%, the Congress has actually taken 16 seats more. The BJP has lost 11 seats in terms of ground. How would you read that? Do you believe there is a story here that somewhere the Muslims have now decided they will never vote for the BJP, and is that healthy?
Well, first of all, it confirms what I just said, is that the Congress has become the current version of the 1940s Muslim League. And if you look at Assam, who are they competing with? They're not competing with the BJP or any of the other parties. They're competing with the AIUDF, which is an unabashedly Muslim party. Now, but I don't agree with you that any section of the society has made up their mind not to vote for the BJP. I was just saying this a little bit earlier. We couldn't have won in Assam if we hadn't started winning the seats directly and through alliances of many, many different communities, including tribals, including other minority religions. The same story in Goa. You're beginning to see the same story gradually opening its account in Kerala. So the BJP is expanding its appeal all across. And in Assam as well, there is a clear distinction between people who have lived in this country for hundreds of years, irrespective of being of any faith, and people who left and became citizens of another country. True. There are distinctions.
So Mr. Panda, let's just look at the national implication. I'm sorry, I'm just pulling you out a little bit because you have a great view and are a keen student of political theory also. I want to ask you this because going into this election, there were 2 or 3 geographies where the BJP had been pretty much written out of the equation. One was Bengal, one is Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Now, even in Kerala, if you look at this, if you look at these numbers just behind me, in fact, may I just bring them up to you. The NDA has got 2, and we'll have a look at the vote share also. We'll go into that vote share. You have in Tamil Nadu, of course, with the AIADMK, you still haven't really lost, though people could argue that perhaps you could have gone it alone. But it's in Bengal where, you have Anga, Banga and Kalinga, all 3 lining up, including the Northeast. This is a massive shift in just the last 5 years. In fact, not even the last 5 years, in the last 2 or 3 years, of course, you've been working your way upwards. The India alliance has really caved in here. You have a reversal in Bengal, you have a reversal in Tamil Nadu, you have a reversal in Assam, obviously a complete wipeout in Assam. Nationally, how does this change the picture, sir?
Well, I see you're quite right in your description of this situation. I see Bengal and Assam in a different situation because they are border states and they have faced the brunt of this massive illegal immigration and forced replacement theory, if you will, in the Indian context. On the other hand, what we are seeing in Kerala and Tamil Nadu and Puducherry can be seen a little bit differently. In Kerala, I think at the local elections, the BJP has started increasingly making its mark and doing well. Now, when we progress to state level and national level elections, there are different dynamics at play. In Tamil Nadu, I think the big story is the turnaround and the resentment of the people against the incumbent government is very, very clear. And whatever is the end result from what I can see from the trends, it's a complete turnaround and complete upset.
Anand is
And,
pointing out that even in Kerala,
The
there are
Kerala
now
also,
leads on three, which means
your leads on 3 seats, and that's interesting. One in North Kerala, which has been a stronghold, one in central Kerala, and one in Thiruvananthapuram towards the south. So again, name them. So again, across Kerala, there is a footprint that also signals an increased vote share. But Jay Pandaji, you made a very interesting point. You have Assam on one side, Bengal on the other. How critical is it for national security that you have these two states right now? Resting Bengal, how critical was it? I have to say congratulations again, because the BJP right now, BJP plus in Assam, is just one short of 100 in terms of leads. But yes, sir, your thoughts on the larger point of view.
I think Assam and Bengal are critical to India's national security. They have been. It's been obvious to everybody, not just experts like you in the studios, but to the common citizens on the ground who in these states have been facing the brunt of this massive unnatural demographic change. But, it has taken a phenomenon like Prime Minister Modi to bring about this change, to build the confidence in the people that if they, there was a fear psychosis in Bengal, which you have seen. You've seen in the past 5 years how BJP workers were tortured and assaulted.
Yeah.
And it took that confidence in the Prime Minister to bring this about. I think this is a very, very good augury of the way things are going to go in the future.
Yeah, request to Smita Prakash with us, Chetan Bhagat with us, Amitabh Tiwari. We've got a whole host of guests with us in the studio. Smita Prakash of ANI wanted to ask you a question, please. Yes.
Mr. Panda, both in the northeast, both in Bengal as well as in Assam, the opposition has been saying that you've played the role, you've played on identity and polarization. And you continue to do that, the BJP continue to use that as a poll strategy. So do you think that that will continue in the other elections as well, because it delivers votes for you?
Look, when the Congress for decades did polarization by appeasement politics, they weren't called out as often. But I will say the following. Our policy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is real. Again, I will reiterate, you can't find a single example of any discrimination against any community, any religion, any caste. So that's on the one side. On the other side, when, what some people have described as very harsh language in some of the leaders' speeches, in Assam, for instance, let me point out, different people may have different ways of communicating. But really, it is only the law that's being implemented. When the Chief Minister here says that child marriage will simply not be allowed, what's he saying? He's saying that this is the law and the law must be implemented. And yet, some people interpret that as against a particular community because it's more prevalent in a particular community. That's just not right. When the Chief Minister here says that illegals who are not Indian, who have illegally crossed in here, are illegally occupying land, will be evicted. Some people are portraying that as somehow polarizing, as somehow divisive. It's not the case at all. It's just enforcing the law of the land. So I will say this, that we will, without fear or favor, enforce the law of the land, no matter, even if some people describe it as polarization. Our governance shows that we do not polarize.
Sir, congratulations, 101 leads,
Yes.
28 plus seats from the last time around. So this is a double thumbs up for
Can
continuation
I just say one
of
small
governance.
point, Mr. Panda, if I'm not mistaken, you really micromanaged Delhi, micromanaged Assam.
Yeah.
Two important elections there for your party. So give us a little bit of a idea about now this new startup that has appeared in Tamil Nadu, the TVK Vijay. He will be CM. There's no doubt about that. He's very short. There's Ramadas, who is leading on 6. So he's not averse to supporting. The Congress has 5, the left has 5. So you can still have the Congress. And remember, Rahul Gandhi was trying to sort of forge an equation. But Mr. Panda, all of this taken together, new startup, what are we seeing here? Give us a sense of what are we seeing here. You've managed now 2 crucial elections, brought in the numbers. Of course, it's not a lone effort, and you'll be the first to say that, but you also have a new startup in Tamil Nadu. Where's this come from? How do you assess it, sir, as a thinking man?
It is not a lone effort. I'm very fortunate to not just be the election in charge of Assam for a party which is in history the world's largest party, have the good fortune of having the world's most popular leader at campaigning for us, and a very dynamic double engine government here in Assam. All of that is very helpful. Now, I also happened to be in charge of the party for Tamil Nadu for a few months before I was reassigned to Assam. And what I observed is, I can't speak with any great expertise because I was not there for the last 5 months or so. But this new phenomenon, this new startup that you're talking about, a lot has to do with timing apart from his own individual appeal to certain sections of people. Because you've had other stars also come in. You had Captain Vijay Kant, you had Kamala Hassan, you had others try, and it didn't quite click. The last,
if I might add, you also had a new star called Annamalai who came in, and he was saying, let's go, our own way. Would you say that that is something that perhaps you might have missed a trick there, the BJP as a whole?
No, I'm not going to second guess the strategies that we have taken. All our decisions are taken with great deal of considerations for many different factors. So in hindsight, everything is 2020. Let's not look at that. Sure. But what I would say is, one of the reasons I think you've had this situation in Tamil Nadu, apart from the anti-incumbency that the incumbent government faced, is timing. Because other star entries happened at a time when the late Jayalalitha was still around, or when the late Karunanidhi was still around. And so it had to do with the question of space. So timing is a very important factor that many people don't give enough credence to.
No, absolutely. And congratulations yet again on a phenomenal performance in Assam. Jai Panda ji, wish you more strength. And Delhi aayenge to mithai khayenge aapse.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra.
Just a few quick points to me. When at around 11 o'clock, I would have said in the morning I was expecting 2:3 against the BJP.
Right.
By about 11 o'clock, I was expecting 3.5:2 for the BJP, 3.5:1.5 for the BJP, assuming that TVK at 75, 76 was BJP plus. The problem now is TVK just 5 short of a majority is no longer BJP plus. So now it is 3-2, because what has happened now is TVK would be foolish to tie up with BJP or anyone realistically unless they're much smaller. They will not be playing. Now, there are also 2 historic trends. Number 2 in Bengal remains number 2 for a very long time. Number 3 in Tamil Nadu always fades into oblivion. So now, if the AIADMK were surprisingly, which was the only real combination that could have happened, TVK plus AIADMK, if those two tie up, it is the best thing for the DMK at the moment because it allows the DMK to stay relevant. If not, they are going to go into. Sorry.
Let me first tell you, in a hung house, gentlemen, 1 second. In a hung house, 1 minute. In a hung house, the largest party will be called first, not the largest grouping. So that equation is out.
I've got a few points to make. Sorry, can I just finish my points? I have a few points to make, so let me finish all of them and then everybody can come in. Okay? Next, the Supreme Court said in Bengal, let us see the margin of the victories and then we will take a call on SIR. I want to know how that is going to play out, if any of them can answer. The Kerala victory is impressive. I wasn't expecting such a huge victory. It is impressive. My issue now is, and it's a specific question for Tehseen and possibly Sumant Raman, is that this was, the Kerala Congress is ridden with factionalism. There are at least 3 main factions. Now, this has empowered KC Venugopal very significantly. Does that mean it is the end of factionalism in Kerala perchance?
No, this is not empowered KC Venugopal. This election, if it is won for the UDF, is won on VD Satishan. The story in Kerala, is VD Satishan.
Is it?
The story in Kerala is VD Satishan. Had they been struggling, then this kind of a runaway victory is VD Satishan.
Look,
clearly VD Satishan.
The thing is, KC Venugopal is close to the
No, he may be
leadership,
close to anybody.
he
If the
takes
UDF
credit
and
for a
the
lot of
Congress has
things.
won well, the credit only goes to VD Satishan, and his approval ratings were the highest, even closer to Pinarayi Vijayan. Sorry, yeah.
One very important trend.
Huh.
BJP has cracked the code of pro-incumbency. Assam, Puducherry.
Huh.
In all other states, the governments are suffering huge anti-incumbency, huge. BJP likely to win big if these trends hold. TVK winning in Tamil Nadu, and even the UDF winning big in Kerala.
Let's quickly, viewers, as we hit the noon mark, the high noon mark as they say, let's have a quick look at the numbers now as they stack up. We can now confidently say, viewers, this trend is not reversing despite the number of rounds still to be called. There's no doubt about this. There are still some seats which are not reporting trends at all, viewers.
They're only adding up.
But let me,
they're
only adding, let me tell you, even the Election Commission now has put the BJP beyond the halfway mark. So even that which goes very slowly and they have to look at all the officious niceties is showing that the BJP is coursing ahead. The exact granularity of the vote share across various seats we're going to look at very shortly with Amitabh. He's going to pull out the EC data to tell us how many seats perhaps are still ahead by 3 or 4%. But I'll just come out to this. This is massive, viewers. This is a reordering of Indian politics. Let me tell you, the entire East now under the BJP spell, and you can call it what you want. But viewers, it is a party that is growing. It is growing shoots even in Kerala. Yeah. And if they have been able to bag 2 or 3 seats and this number keeps changing, if they even do that, the vote share would definitely have climbed up. Here in Tamil Nadu, viewers, a new startup, a new personality. This has not happened in, what is it now, since MGR. J. Lalita times. We are talking about now, what, 40 years that an actor has come out of nowhere. And of course, those examples don't also hold because both MGR and J. Lalita were already in the political ecosphere. He is not. He's come from nowhere. So personality remains very important pole in Tamil Nadu politics, and it has taken this gentleman almost across the halfway mark. There's no doubt he's going to be Chief Minister now. In Assam, viewers, the BJP completely ascendant.
Can I just say something?
Sukanta Majumdar is here with us. You want to go across to him? Yeah, Sukanta Majumdar.
Yeah, Sukanta Majumdar ji, बधाई हो, बहुत बधाई. We'll talk Tamil Nadu in a bit. पहले बंगाल की बात करते हैं. आज खुश तो बहुत होंगे आप.
देखिए, खुश तो हम पहले से ही है क्योंकि हमें पता था कि सरकार बनने जा रही है. जिस तरीके से जनता की हमने मूड को देखा था जब परिवर्तन यात्रा भारतीय जनता पार्टी का यात्रा हुआ था और मैं यात्रा में उपस्थित था, तब से ही जनता का जो मूड हमने देखा था, उस मूड का आज एक्सप्रेशन है. तो खुश हम है, लेकिन रुझान है अभी तक. इसको नतीजे में आने दीजिए, उसके बाद और भी खुश होंगे और आपको रसगुल्ला भी खिलाएंगे.
अच्छा, रसगुल्ला नहीं, संदेश आप भेज दीजिए, वो टिक जाता, खराब नहीं होगा. इधर है पर मेरी तरफ आया नहीं है. स्टूडियो में स्मिता प्रकाश जी पहले से लेके आई थी, इंतजाम किया है. बट आपसे पूछेंगे व्हाट, ये दिशा जिस तरफ जा रही है, 180 प्लस का अभी मार्क लग रहा है. इट्स अ रनअवे विक्ट्री. सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर क्या है? कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं SIR की वजह से है. आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, SIR को वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि SIR एक इशू है, लेकिन किस तरफ इशू है? 24 लाख dead voters, their names have been deleted from the list, voter list. So obviously, it is an advantage for BJP. It is an advantage for BJP because TMC used to cast their vote. उनका वोट TMC डाल देता था. तो आज उसके लिए लाभ हुआ है, तो वो तो सही हुआ है ना. जितना डेमोक्रेसी में इस तरीके की स्वच्छता है, जितना पारदर्शिता है, लेकिन मुझे जनता ने जो वोट किया है जी, कि ममता बनर्जी के 15 सालों में जो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी है, वो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी इतना ज्यादा हो गया क्योंकि शिक्षा के स्तर पे नाकाम रहा सरकार. आपके इकोनॉमी के हिसाब से अगर देखिए, बहुत पोर इकोनॉमी बन चुका है बंगाल. हम बोरो करके चलते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा बोरो करके चलते हैं. हमारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है ज्यादा हमारे बजट में. हमारे स्कूलों में टीचर भर्ती घोटाला हुआ. यूनिवर्सिटीज की हालत खराब है, यूनिवर्सिटी में पैसा देके लोगों को अपॉइंटमेंट मिल रहा है, और जिस तरीके से लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, महिलाओं के ऊपर अत्याचार, आरजी कर, संदेश खाली, एक के बाद एक घटना जिस तरीके से सामने आया, वो पूरी तरीके से दर्शाता है कि टोटल फेलियर ऑफ ममता बनर्जी एंड हर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन.
Shukantu ji, last time BJP won Nandigram but lost Bengal. This time you may be winning Bengal but losing Bhawanipur. What will happen then? मुख्यमंत्री कौन होगा?
देखिए, मुख्यमंत्री के बारे में मैं सिर्फ इतना ही बताऊंगा कि हमारी पार्टी की एक नीति है, उस नीति के अनुसार पार्टी बैठेगी, हमारे विधायक दल बैठेंगे, पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड है वो बैठेंगे, बैठकर तय करेंगे. और जहां तक भवानीपुर की बात है, आप धैर्य रखिए. भवानीपुर में लास्ट खबर तक शुभेंदु दास से जो मेरा बातचीत हुआ, वो 8,000 वोटों से पीछे थे. हाँ. वो सारे मुस्लिम इलाके खत्म हो चुके हैं, अभी हिंदू इलाके में घुसेंगे, बस खेल खत्म ममता बनर्जी का.
आप ये क्यों कह रहे हैं कि हिंदू का वोट बीजेपी को पड़ा है? ये क्या मुस्लिम का वोट टीएमसी को और हिंदू का वोट बीजेपी को, ये क्लियर बाइफर्केशन है क्या शुकांतु जी?
क्लियर बाइफर्केशन है, पिछले वोट से ही ये बाइफर्केशन है. इस बार इसका थोड़ा उलट हुआ है, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. मुस्लिम वोट भी 100% टीएमसी के पक्ष में नहीं पड़ा. हाँ. मुस्लिम भी इतने खपा है, कितने दिनों तक मतलब खराब एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, उनके ऊपर अत्याचार, मुस्लिम नेताएं आम मुस्लिम लोगों के ऊपर अत्याचार करते हैं पश्चिम बंगाल में. तृणमूल के मुस्लिम नेता है, कब तक वो सहेंगे? जहां पे कांग्रेस स्ट्रांग है, कांग्रेस को वोट किया उन्होंने. मेरे इलाके में एक बूथ में तो मैं देख के आश्चर्य हो गया, मेरे